Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. Today we're doing the quest Landsguard's New Clothes. Move Amok is ready to move on. Move Amok and Entree's pot pact is at an end. Now she must hand help others. Sad feels her next craft hand has not been decided yet, so she must hand help in other ways. First wise by caretaking ask tasks. Move Amok receives send word from many fires that there is a ask taker there who wishes to ask of us, a fighting hand of the Landsguard by name of Nahanshi. No, Nahanshi again. Is he a friendly face of yours? You must come with Movemuk to exchange greedy words. Yeah, we've worked with him before. So we can go do some more work with him. Change class. Oh, I'm glad to see you. You've got to help me. Since last we met, the Landsguard sent me the length and breadth of Torel, seeking out 100 different materials that go into making our uniforms. Finally, I thought I was done with it all. Then our armor got injured. The only man truly all with the skill to weave all these different materials together. So some of my senior officers and I recalled that the uniforms had originally been ordered from an Earthenshire artisan. They sent me out to find this man and ask if he'd restore them to the original design, but nothing in this life can ever go to plan. Wilmot has the air-caught tail of this armor crafter. Sad feels he is not an Earthenshire craft hand anymore. He lives in the cracked cistern, very difficult deal maker. May need her hand help to deal make. Let's pass foot there, and Movemuk will face swap you both with him. So now I'm gonna go back over to the cracked cistern. Oh, the back and forth, the back and forth. Gotta love it. At least we gotta spend more time with some of the NPCs we've already been conversing with and getting to know their stories. Which is kind of nice, because at least that gives this area a bit more of a lived-in feel, which for the most part, and a lot of what I've seen of it so far, which I mean I'm not exactly very far in the story or anything, or on all the different worlds, it hasn't really felt very well lived in. But seeing these extended amount of time with these individual NPCs, now that's kind of nice. Andre tells Movemuk that the craft hand who think he built the Landsguard uniforms is a man named Rostand. Rostand is an armor maker from across the wet plain. One with such crafty skill that the Dawn server gave him the ask task self-wise. Some years ago he said that his crafty skill had started to off-drop, so he ended his pot pact and moved out here. If Movemuk asks, Rustin will say no, but maybe friendly face Onfroy and worldly wise Kyrian can mind change him. So that's your game bringing me here. Well, alright, it can't hurt to try. Let's see what we can do. Oliver told me what you're after. I'm sorry to have to disappoint, but these old hands of mine don't work like they used to. A lifetime working metal takes its toll. Too tired and too frail to be journeying all the way to Tulial. I doubt I'd even make it there in one piece. It was a long journey and a hard one. We could ask Landsguard to haul all the materials here instead, but that wouldn't make it any easier for them. They'd have to organize boats and punitize and porters, and would likely take more than a single trip. Any idea how we could ease the burden on both sides? Some way we could meet in the middle? That could work. Alcondu's not far and has a boat landing. No need for Austin to risk the rapids. I'm off for the landsguard to haul all those 7 crates to the top of the falls and beyond. If we can convince the Hanu Hanu to let us set up a workshop there, it could be the answer. But can we? Your friend here seems confident enough. Well, if the Hanu Hanu and the landsguard are both willing to make that concession, it'd be churlish of me to refuse it. I can't promise you my best work, but I'll give you what I can. I'll ready my tools. If you could let your friends by the gates know that they can start making their own preparations, I'd appreciate it. Well, I gotta figure out where I'm going, because I keep turning the wrong goddamn way. That sounded like a perfect compromise. I doubt my colleagues in Landsguard would balk at the arrangement, but I should probably check before making any promises I can't keep. Meanwhile, I expect Moonmuck will need to set up the workshop. It looks like talking to Lanu Hanu about it is a job for you. At least he's still over just over here. I think that Master Craftsman should seek to establish his workshop here in Akanu. There are surprises, we are gratified. I shall inform the villagers of our requests coming. Please make yourself comfortable until everyone arrives. Well, looks like we're all here. Thank you for making the journey, Rostand. Not all. After everything you've all done to accommodate me, only right I returned the favor. Landsguard uniforms come in a few different flavors, so I was thinking I'd first make a sample of each, starting with yours, Nahanchi, the Peacekeeper's uniform. It's close to what I remember designing back in the day, but is it really the same? What do you think? You really think so? Well, if I like you think so, sir, I'll trust your judgment over mine. A suit of armor can be pretty as a picture, but so long as it doesn't protect its wearer's life, it's a little more than a painted funeral shroud. Remember Grulul Jajas went at my samples hammer and tongs with spell and sword to see how the mannequin survived. The first few models, all he left was the ash. It hurt my heart to see my creation so thoroughly laid to waste, but I soon learned. Anyway, on to the next pattern. This is for the front lane fighters. The later construction allows for more movement. It's different, but it is right. Is any of this right? To some extent I can. It warms my heart to hear you say it. You're right. Each uniform embodies a different aspect of Kashia, so it's natural each should present a different face. isn't represented in one uniform alone, nor even in them all combined. Only a fool would think he could capture every aspect of the divine. The best you can hope for is to find a way to imitate it through trial and error. And thanks to your support, I'm starting to feel as if I've done just that. Remember how it felt to happen upon these designs so many years ago? Let's see if I can repeat the trick one more time. And that's the last of the lot. I gave it my all, but was it enough? And you'd be right, this is just a sample. It was precisely the same particulars as the production model. I was having to get your opinion on it. Well, with you being such a well-traveled adventurer and all. You honor me. These uniforms are for the landsguard, but the crafting method is no great secret. I'm sure they wouldn't begrudge you wearing one in solidarity. First, now that I've won your approval for the designs, we have to put them into production. Envoy, if you wouldn't mind lending me a hand. Last shipment's on its way downriver to Tuliol. Finally, our work is done. And very, very well done, Armorcrafter is just as sky-skilled as he ever was. To move amongst eyes, leastwise she is sure the landsguard will be just as happy feels as she. So am I. It was a pleasure and privilege to see you work, Rostand. There's a place for you in our armory if you'd be willing to take it. I thank you for giving me the chance. I feel like there might still be some use in these old bones. But it's a job in the capital you're offering me, I have to turn you down. My river legs have long since deserted me. Why not simply continue this arrangement? You are welcome to remain here in Akanu. It is easier to bring crafting materials here than to haul them up the great stairs, no? Or perhaps Akbekbi might be a more desirable location for a workshop. There you'd be among your own kind, not surrounded by Hanu and our unfamiliar ways. Whatever your wish, we shall see it granted. I'd take him up on the offer if I were you, Rostand. You never did lose your eye or your arm, only your confidence in them. And it's time to start taking on commissions again, even if you do have to travel a few moments downriver to do it. Moomuk is same-minded. If Rostand needs any crafty goods, whether upfalls or downfalls, he need only ask the help hands. Well, if you all insist. Excellent. As soon as I get back to Tuliol, I'll let our armorers know they have a friend in Kozumoaka. I'm sure they'll be only too glad to share the burden. As shall we. This shall mark the beginning of a new era of cooperation between Moblin and Hanu. Move among future gazes too. Many thanks to Rostand for bringing us all together. I thought I'd click to, but then it's just like, no, it didn't progress, did it? Okay. I was so busy helping Rostand with the uniforms, I didn't take the time to get a good look at the this place until now. Isn't the architecture fascinating? I think I'll stick to touring Tyrell for the time being. I have a lot to learn here. As I wander high and low, I'll be sure to come back to call on these two every so often. Can't wait to see the masterpieces Ross and crafts next. I wonder how this new friendship between the Moblins and the Hanu develops. Speaking of Moblins, I should be heading back to Earthenshire to finish packing my things for the road. Thank you for everything. I pray that our paths cross again someday. And so that was the quest, the landsguard new clothes. Thank you for joining us here today for this little video here on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you again either for another video on YouTube or maybe one of our mini streams over on Twitch. Till then though, have a wonderful rest of your day.